Welcome back to Europe Hotel School Online. I'm James.
And I'm Sarah. Thank you for joining us today for another important session on guest relations and professional communication.
Today, we're zeroing in on something that can really make or break a guest interaction: defensive or closed body language.
Yep, right, because when a guest is upset, your body language can either help calm them down or make them feel even more frustrated.
Exactly. Our goal really is to avoid those subtle signals that push guests away and instead create a sense of openness and trust.
Mm-hmm. So let's dig in. One of the most common mistakes is crossing your arms or legs.
Right. It might feel natural or comfy, but to the guest, it looks like you're shutting them out or even disagreeing before they've even finished speaking.
Yeah. Another thing is tapping your fingers, sighing, or shaking your head while they're talking. Even if you don't mean it, those gestures scream impatience.
Absolutely. And those little actions can seriously escalate negative feelings. When the guest sees that, it just worsens the situation.
Right on. And then there's eye contact. Some folks avoid it because they're nervous, but if you look away too much, the guest might think you're not interested or even that you're hiding something.
Yeah, exactly. Proper eye contact, balanced and calm, shows honesty and that you're giving your full attention.
Speaking of expressions, here's another trap: frowning or pursing your lips. You might be concentrating, but the guest could easily read that as judgment or frustration.
Totally. And let's not forget about posture. Keeping your body facing the guest is crucial. If you turn your torso or shoulders away, it just looks like you're disengaged.
Mm-hmm. And while we're on the subject of movements, it's key to keep them smooth and calm. Abrupt or jerky movements can signal irritation or a loss of control.
Exactly. Calm, controlled motions speak volumes about respect. Now, I think it's the perfect time to roll into our first interactive quiz.
All right, here it comes. Quiz 1. Which of the following body language signals is considered defensive or closed?
Is it A, crossing your arms while listening? B, keeping your body open and facing the guest? Or C, making calm, smooth gestures?
Yeah, take a moment to think it through.
And the correct answer is A. Crossing your arms is a classic defensive posture that can um, really make a guest feel shut out.
Exactly, it may feel comfortable to you, but to the guest it sends the wrong message.
Moving on, another key point. Avoid sighing or shaking your head. These are often unconscious gestures, but they give off the vibe that you're annoyed or disagreeing with what's being said.
Right, right. And remember, the guest is upset with the situation, not with you personally.
That's such an important reminder. When we start taking complaints personally, our body language can slip into defensive mode without us even noticing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I always tell my students, if you feel yourself tensing up, take a deep breath. It's like hitting a mental reset button.
Yeah, exactly. And once you're calm, your body naturally shows more openness and patience.
All right, I think our listeners are ready for quiz number 2.
Quiz 2. If you find yourself getting defensive while a guest is complaining, what's the best action to take? Is it A, cross your arms to protect yourself? B, take a deep breath and refocus on the guest's words? Or C, turn your body slightly away to cool off?
Give it a moment to think.
Yeah. And the answer is B. Taking a deep breath and refocusing on what the guest is saying helps keep you centered.
Exactly. Crossing your arms or turning away, even if it feels like a protective instinct, just makes the guest feel ignored.
Let's also underline an important note: your facial expressions. Even subtle frowns or pursed lips can send a strong negative message, even if you're just thinking really hard.
Yeah, I always advise keeping a calm, neutral, or empathetic expression. That way, the guest feels safe to share their concerns fully.
And don't underestimate the power of facing the guest directly. When your shoulders or torso are turned away, it definitely looks like you're not fully engaged.
Right. That's a solid point. Facing the guest shows you're fully committed to the conversation, nonverbal proof of your full attention.
Also, remember that when it comes to gestures, less is more. Smooth, calm motions not only reflect respect, but also help communicate that you're in control.
Exactly. The whole aim is to make the guest feel heard, valued, and respected.
And when guests feel that way, finding solutions becomes a whole lot easier.
All right, James, let's jump into our final quiz before we wrap up.
Quiz 3. Which of the following behaviors can make a guest feel ignored or judged? Is it A, maintaining steady but relaxed eye contact? B, frowning or pursing your lips while they speak? Or C, nodding
Yeah.
occasionally to show you understand?
Take a moment to think.
And the answer is B. Frowning or pursing your lips signals judgment or frustration, even if that's not what you intended.
Absolutely. Guests pick up on these subtle cues, often more so than the actual words you use.
So, to wrap things up, by consciously avoiding closed and defensive body language, you help create an environment of openness and trust.
Exactly. Don't cross your arms, don't sigh or shake your head, and don't frown or look away constantly.
Instead, keep your body oriented toward the guest, your gestures smooth and calm, and your expressions neutral yet empathetic.
Right. And if you ever feel defensive in the moment, just take that deep breath. Remember, the guest is upset with the situation, not with you personally.
That's the key. When a guest feels safe and respected, they're much more open to hearing your solutions.
That's the power of body language in hospitality, plain and simple.
Thank you for tuning in to today's session. We hope these insights help you make every guest interaction count.
We'll see you next time on Europe Hotel School Online.